Starting off, feet hip distance apart, middle toe in line with the knees, knees in line with the hips, tummy tight, arms shoulder height, and just twist. So you're keeping the hips facing forward, it's just a twist from the waist up. And back to the centre. Take the arms out and forward. Out and forward. So stretch across the chest, stretch across the back. It's time to bring the arms up and drop them back down. Bend the knees and sweep the arms down. Stretch. And circle round. Relax the head and shoulders, tuck the chin in, curl back up the centre. Lift, circle and relax. And out. Take the feet wider, just twist and stretch. Fingertips down to your toes. Keep the legs as straight as you can. And last time. Dropping the arms down to the side, side to side. So you're getting a stretch on the waist. And extend that stretch. And relax. Still keeping the abs nice and tight. Just bring the knees up hip height. Single leg to start with, just hip height, loosening around the knee and the hip. Take the leg out to the side. And bring the knee up, circle it round. Again, loosening all around the hip. And leg behind, just squeeze. Squeeze the bottom, keep the leg as straight as you can. One of each. Knee, out, circle and behind. Knee, out, circle and behind. Knee, out, circle, behind. Knee, out, circle, behind. And relax. So you should be feeling a bit warmer, a bit more flexible. We're going to go down onto the floor. So knees above the hips, tummy pulled tight. It's time to stretch the legs to the ceiling. Just going to take one leg along the floor, one to the ceiling. As we exhale, just let them cross over. So point the toes, legs as straight as you can. If you want to make it a bit harder, just lift the head and shoulders as you bring the leg up and just reach towards your knee. Last time, and leave the legs up. It's out and cross, out and cross. So out to the side, cross, you can bring the legs down if you want. If you don't want to, just leave them. Point into the ceiling, take the legs out and pulse. And slowly start to squeeze the inner thighs back together. Bring the knees in, hug them to your chest. Another set. It's out and cross. Stay at the top if you want, but if you can, bring them down. And hold them out and pulse. And slowly bringing them back in. And hug the knees into your chest. Lying on the floor, shoulders relaxed into the mat, nice and flat right up the centre of the body. We start off with the knees above the hips, heels level with the knees. And just tap the toes down. You want to bring in the arms, opposite arm and leg. Both arms and legs at the same time. And bring the knees back to above the hips. Take one knee to the side, stretch on the inner thigh. Back together. Stretch along the floor but not pressing down onto the floor. And if you want to make it harder, one leg, second leg, both knees back at the same time. Hug the knees back in. Up in the sitting position, so you sat right up, nice and tall, back straight, tummy tight. We lift, twist, reach towards your toes. Sweep the arms over to the opposite leg, walk the hands up. Lift, stretch, walk the hands back over and back up. Lift, stretch, over and up. Lift, stretch, over and up. An alternative would be hands, fingertips together, hands shoulder height, and just twist as far around as you can. Still keeping the back nice and straight, tummy tight. So it's a twist from the waist up. Again, a change from that. Extend the arms, so reach to your toe, sit up tall, reach to your toes. So it's one arm towards your toes, the other one behind you, sitting right up in the centre, side to side, and back to the centre. The last little one that we sometimes do is reach it up, reach out towards your toes, lower as you can, slide the hands up, back up the legs, lift and relax forward, sliding the hands back. Could reach to the centre and walk the hands back, and again lift and stretch, walk the hands back. So lying on your side, shoulders stacked, hips stacked, knees together, feet together. Lift and squeeze, lift, squeeze. Point and flex, so toes pointed as you go up, flex the foot as you come down. Four. This time hold the leg up, so as straight as you can. If you need to, bend that bottom leg for a bit of balance, and slowly start to drop the leg back down to the side. Hips are still stacked, shoulders stacked, slowly bringing the knees back together. As the knees get back together, just pull the heel into the bottom, get a stretch from your hip to your knee. And again, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Hold it up. It's time to drop it forward. Hip height if you can, just tap the toes and lift back up. Drop back down to the side. Knees together, heel to the bottom. Drop that leg over, straighten out the bottom leg, lift and lower. You're squeezing on the inner thigh to lift the hip, to lift the heel. Squeeze, squeeze. Hold it up, keep it as still as you can, and pulse. And relax back down. Both knees up, hip height, shoulders stacked, hips stacked. Lift, squeeze. Feeling it right underneath your bottom. And hold it still. Pulse, pulse. Remember all these exercises onto the opposite side, over onto the opposite leg. Going into the plank, so it's either on all fours, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. You're not dipping, you're not arching the back, you're just nice straight line, just holding the abs tight. If you want to make it a bit harder, go down onto your elbows, knees further back than the hips, but again, tummy pull tight, deep breath in. If you want to make it harder, full plank, onto your elbows, onto your toes. Keep it nice and relaxed between the shoulder blades. Abs pull tight, breathing normally, and we're just holding it. And relax.